When it comes to modernizing your sales, there's several things that you can do right now to make sure you're up to par with what's working in the sales game that's helping teams to really thrive and succeed. If you are open to it, listen to this episode, apply these things, and modernize the way you're selling. Hey, everyone. Welcome to another great episode of the Sales Evangelist podcast. I'm your host, Mr. Donald C. Kelly, the one and only Sales Evangelist. All you other fake evangelists out there, go and get. And today I'm excited to have you on the show. We're going to be talking about some ways that you can modernize your sales approach. Some things that are working for other teams, working for our teams. I mean, absolutely simple. And as you go throughout the series, you're going to see how we're applying these things. You can see how we have these topics that guests are sharing insights on. That's going to help you to modernize your sales approach in a way that your team is performing. If this is your first time watching one of our videos or listening to our podcast, please go ahead and subscribe. So modernizing sales, what do we mean by modernizing your sales? Like right now, we're in 2022 when we're doing this episode. Now, some of you have sales tactics, and I've heard this from one of my trainers in the past, and I thought it was like genius. He said that some salespeople are out there selling for 30 years with 1 year of sales experience. Repeat that one more time for the folks in the back. Yeah, that's you, Uncle Dave. There are people out there selling for 30 years with 1 year of sales experience. Now, what does that mean? It's the simple fact that the way that they started off selling 30 years ago is the same thing they're doing. They're using the same exact approach. They're using the same exact tools. They're using the same exact strategies. And homie, those things ain't working no more. So here's what you can do. I mean, you're probably getting some results, but you can optimize it to get even better results. I'm going to list out several things here. I was like, when I was working on the notes, I'm going to give them 3 things. But as I started writing, I'm like, crap. I got like almost 10 things here, but I'm going to give you 5 and a bonus. So get ready, sit back. The very first one that we're going to talk about is the communication between your sales and marketing. So we'll highlight that. Number 2, we're going to talk about automation and personalization. Where's the gap and how do we do that? Number 3, we're going to talk about, we're going to remove some of those outdated strategies, those outdated tactics, like when it comes to certain closing strategies. We're going to talk about that. Number 4, we're going to talk about becoming a brand authority, how modern sellers they have their own brand on social media. Number 5, we're going to talk about use of tech and how tech can help you to perform better. And then the bonus one, I'll tell you about that in a second. It's one that I'm really excited for. Let's go back and talk about marketing and sales. If you go with the traditional approach, let's just say I'm making phone calls to prospects. So I'm just going to reach out and do phone calls, and I'm going to do hand-to-hand combat as a salesperson, and I'm going to try to fill up my pipeline, and I'm going to try to generate new business for our organization. And I'm the only source that's going to do that. It's going to be a little bit hard. I'm just being straight up with you. That tactic alone is not working these days because the way the buyers have been changing, buyers have been evolving because of, yes, the big A word, Amazon. Amazon has taught us how to shop online and to be comfortable and get things done quickly and to be able to think for us and to provide information and things to us that we don't even know that we need yet. So with that being said, and you have these big social platforms and groups and tools that does that on a consumer end. So when we come to the B2B side, now we expect similar things to a certain extent when it comes towards interaction with salespeople. So let's say your marketing and sales team, if they're not communicating, and I'm not talking about the basic stuff like, what promotion are we pushing this month? Like, not that. I'm talking about, do we understand who we're going for? We do understand how they're behaving. Do we understand what they're looking for right now? Do we understand the issues that are going on in their organization? Do we understand what's impacting their business? Like marketing and sales need to know this stuff so then marketing can create the right content that attracts them. Sales can then go out and do the attacking. That sounds so bad saying words like that. Sales can go out and communicate and engage with those type of prospects or type of folks that we could serve. Automation. So go back to that approach. When it comes to this level, how do we do automation and how do we do personalization? Because Donald, you talk about personalization, and Donald, I know this automation thing is going to be helpful. Where do I sit? I say do both. Like for instance, I don't need you to tell me what my dog name is in order for me to feel that you've connected with me. I don't even have a dog, so don't try that. But you get what I'm getting at. Think about it from my perspective, if you can solve the problem at hand for me, if you could talk about sales related things, like you could say, Donald, we have a way that you can improve your, I don't know, you get 50,000 more people to your website. That's crazy, because we know you're trying to push your programs and your book and all that jazz. I'm like, all right, this person knows what I'm talking about right now. They know what's on my mind, as opposed to like, we can help you save money or we can help you grow your business. Like, come on, that's garbage. That's like it is a generic message that's not tailored towards the persona. If you understand the modern problems that the persona, the person, the CEO of a small growing company is facing, and you could target that rather than like, we can help you save money, but we can help you get more traffic to your website that converts into, new customers. Now I might raise my hand and pay attention, and you're doing all the things we talked about before, where you're hitting me up, you're doing the intent, looking at my, intent-based marketing and so forth. If you can come to me with stuff like that, that's a different story. And I'm willing to listen, and you don't have to say what my dog name is or what college I went to. Now, the third one, remove outdated tactics. So what I mean by this is like, hey, if you help me close this deal by this month, we'll get, I'm gonna get a gift or a TV, or I'm gonna win a competition. Like, I don't care if you win a competition. I don't care, as a prospect. I'm just trying to look out for myself, and you're over here talking about you trying to win a TV. Like, good man, go work and go buy your own TV. You know what I mean? Like those things, or people use some urgency tactics. Like, if you do it, you got to do it by the end of today. You got to do it by now. And I think I know the buyers know those things are just like gimmicky. The buyers know what you're trying to do with that. And what they're doing is just ignoring you, and they're pushing that stuff away, or you're turning them off. So what I encourage modern sellers to do, and what they're doing right now, is have conversations, have business conversations. Like, show them the issue and the challenge, and show them the solution and what you're bringing to the table for them. If you can bring that to the table, if you help them out with that, it puts you in a different echelon, because you're not just like an order taker. You're not just like pushing stuff to them. You're actually having meaningful, you're solving business problem for them. So the key to that portion is to come off like a consultant when it comes towards the prospects, and not just use the old outdated Ben Franklin close or the trial close and that garbage. Like, people just can read through that. So throw it out the window. Number 4, brand authority. I have clients that I speak with who are trying to do this. Like, they're trying to improve their own brand on social, because I can tell you, when I was a full-time rep and I started taking advantage of social and started taking advantage of podcasts, it put me above in a different category than my peers, because then now people who are recognizing me, they see me as an authority figure, but I may have been one of the junior people on the team, but because of the fact that I had my brand. Now, when I left the organization, did my brand die? Heck no. No. That brand came with me, man, because it's my platform. It's my presence on social. So I was able to take that to other organization or to do whatever else. Instead of me being able to reinvent myself every time I go into a company, I was able to plug and play the company into my brand that I already had built. If you get what I'm getting, go ahead and give me an amen.
Amen.
And I know a lot of sales reps, some folks are stuck in their ways. Like, no, I ain't getting on that link to the end. I ain't getting on that tick to the tack. You don't need to do all of those things. You just need to be where your customer's at. And that's more than likely LinkedIn. Drop the mic. Use technology to perform better. So I kind of hinted at this with tools like Apollo or Salesloft or Outreach. Like, all of these tools are going to help you to automate your outreach process. But here's what you can do. Take advantage of tools such as Fathom. I like them, or Unique. They sit on your Zoom meetings. They're able to record that meeting, and then you can use their tool in that meeting to be able to take notes, to be able to extrapolate information. So let's say Fathom, we had their CEO on our podcast. Let's say that I go ahead and I sign in, I'm using the tool, and one of my prospects asks a question about maybe one of our, something about our training program that I don't have the details on. I can go ahead and click that snippet real quick and say, you know what, I'm not quite sure that one. Let me look it up or get that information and provide it for you. I can take a snippet of that part of the conversation, send it through Slack right there in the meeting to my team, my tech team, or my, the trainers. They can look at that and read it real quick and then give a response, and I can share that right there, real time. That's modern. Now, the old way is that I would have to sit, tell them I'm going to reply back, which I did, and say, we're going to wait, and then I'm going to get my marketing team to reply, and or my engineer, or my resource team or training team to reply. They're going to give me the information. Then I'm going to send the email. That's going to be a day or two later. But right, if I can do that in that call, think how that's going to help. That's modern selling. That's how utilizing technology to your advantage is going to work. The final thing is time. This is a bonus that I want to tell you about. And I'm not pushing this just because of my planner, because I coach people and I see it. But the data has proven it as well. So listen to this, these stats. 36% of a sales rep time is creating content or creating things that they can use to engage with prospect. 36% of their times is preparing content to engage. So it's not even like I'm engaging, I'm preparing stuff. 27% of their time is on administrative tasks, such as creating proposals or writing things, updating CRM and things of that nature. Then check this part out too, it's crazy. 10% of their time is talking to customers about non-sales related things. And then the last 26% of their time is actually spent selling to customers. 26.6 to be exact. 26.6% of a sales rep time is actually selling to a customer. So you tell me, what's wrong with that picture? We need to give salespeople more at-bats. We need to give them the opportunity to get more to do more selling. Even if we improve that to say 30%, 35%, shave off some of the time you're spending preparing for engagement, and also cut off some of those administrative tasks and give you even say 35%, 10% more. Think about how that's going to improve. So modern sellers are looking for ways with technology to eradicate the things that's not going to help them to perform to their best of their ability, and they're focusing, and doing the things, yes sir, that's going to help them to perform to the best of their ability. As always, I share stuff like this because I want you to thrive and I want you to succeed. I want you to find more of your ideal customers. I want you to know what to say when you reach out to them and engage them. I want you to close more deals, but most importantly, I want you to go out every single day, raise your level of thinking, and do big things. Thanks so much for watching.